Everybody, so D heroes, profiling them today, right now. D heroes, they're not really a meta deck, but they're not really anti-meta. I would put them like tier 2 right now, not really top, but they can still do some stuff. The deck is a 60 card variant, plays, staple cards for a D hero deck. Although I'm not playing the Resonator engine because since this is Link format, playing the Synchros means you wouldn't be able to play your fusions, and because they just got new support in the Code of the Duelist set, I feel like the fusion version is significantly better since you can't synchro spam as much due to Red Resonator. And then we also have the Link. I don't want to call it engine, but right now it's the Link engine, and it's Gofu and the Link cards. So, if you don't know what Gofu does, you special summon it and then you get 2 tokens. You can use the tokens to make either Link Spider into Link Spider, or you can go Proxy Dragon. Proxy Dragon is really good because it's just a super generic Link monster. However, it's not a Link monster you want to use for special summoning other monsters, because essentially you use it to go into Deco Talker. Since Deco Talker is also pretty generic, you can go Gofu, use both tokens to make Proxy Dragon, and then Gofu himself plus Proxy Dragon gives you Deco Talker. Pretty easy stuff. But you can also go Link Spider into another Link Spider, and then go into Mrs. Radiant, and then you can go into Deco Talker. Or you don't even need to make a Mrs. Radiant, but sometimes I feel like you might want to leave Mrs. Radiant out on the field because the link markers that point down can be really helpful if you don't want to bring out the Deco Talker, or if it's not the right time to do so. You can potentially take a Mrs. Radiant out and play something else like another Xyz like Tornado Dragon, maybe Diamond Dire Wolf, just something that you can easily make. We are playing Dynamite Guy or Dynatag because although this card wasn't being played a lot from the deck profiles that I saw when Duelist Saga, I believe, no, Destiny Soldiers. When Destiny Soldiers came out, that's when Dynatag came out, and not a lot of people were playing Dynatag because it just wasn't worth. Although you could combo it off with Dystopia Guy or whatever, it just wasn't worth playing. But now with the new D hero coming out in Code of the Duelist, I believe, yeah, Deadly Guy or Destroyer, I believe that's his name. You can do some pretty good shenanigans with these two. And it's like you don't even have to play Honesty Neos. You can just play Dynamite Guy, and it stalls for you. It just does a lot of things. So you can discard it, you take no battle damage, and you both take 1,000. And then if it's in the graveyard, you can target a Destiny hero monster you control against 1,000 attack by banishing this card. So you can do some pretty good stuff. All the cards that we're playing, we're playing 2 Celestial, 3's too much, 2's too little. I mean 1 is too little. It has pop effect, you can pop back row, you can do burn damage, and you can banish this and another Destiny hero from the grave and draw 2 cards when you don't have any cards in your hand. Decision Guy, again, 3 too much, 1 too little, so 2 is just right. He's like a Rhoda, but that only activates. It's like not really a Rhoda, but he just adds something from the graveyard to your hand, a D hero, in the end phase. But you can also return it to the hand, return this guy to the hand, and make battle damage 0. So but each effect can only be used once per duel. So he's pretty good. Standard Malicious, staple in every Destiny hero deck. Diamond Dude to use spells later on. This is mostly for a Hero Lives. If I can pull it off, Diamond Dude and then Hero Lives, I can get a guaranteed Shadow Mist, and that will give me a mask change. So that's always good. Vision Hero Vion, Foolish Burrow of the deck, does a lot of things. You can send Malicious, Celestial, Decision Guy, even Dynatag to the grave. And you can also banish a hero monster from your graveyard to add a polymerization. This is really important because we are playing the fusion variant, so it's always good to have a polymerization in your hand in case you don't have diffusion. All the cards we have Maxi and Dreamer. Dreamer is good because essentially you bring it onto the field and you make your Destiny Hero monster not being able to be destroyed by battle, and you take no battle damage. So you can use it to swing over things that are the same attack point, that have the same attack points as one of your D heroes. So anything like 2,800, 3,000, 2,400, 2,000, even 2,000. Although Destroyer can actually get his attack much higher. What else are we playing that's worth talking about? Okay, yeah. Future Fusion. Future Fusion is good because you know, you can get your fusions out in the field, but also you can get the materials onto the graveyard. So you can always potentially pick Malicious and something else, and that just sets you up. It's like a secondary Foolish Burial with benefits. We have a lot of draw power. We want to draw as much as possible. That's why I made it 60 cards. So 3 Allure, 2 Desires. I don't want to play 3 Desires because I don't want to banish something like my Dreamer, or even like, I don't want to banish the good cards essentially. I'm okay with banishing some, but I don't want to banish everything. You know, a Pot of Desires is pretty good. Rhoda, pretty self-explanatory. Raigeki, because we need a form of board wipe, and you know, Raigeki is solid. We are playing grass. It's at 1, but we can potentially draw into grass, since we can draw potentially 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 12, 14. So we can cycle through 14 of our cards in a game max. Obviously that won't happen, but it does increase our chances of getting grass. I already talked about, I don't know, well, you know, Diamond Dude Hero Lives brings out Shadow Mist, and then you can get a Master Change. Soul Charge, again, for the Shadow Mist play, mostly. Upstart, it was the 60 card. Foolish Burial, really good. Mask Change, because Dark Law is really good in this format. It stops a lot of decks that need the graveyard, like Blue Eyes, Zoo at some in one, like Zoo, for example, Light Swans. Any deck that needs the graveyard, you know, Dark Law is really good. And then you also have the Disruption by banishing a card from their hand. Twin Twist is really good. Pretty much like more than half of our monsters benefit from being in the grave in some form, so Twin Twist is really good. Diffusion, especially good. It catches a lot of people off guard because your monster cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. The turn it was fused, so it's really helpful. And then we are playing the Solemn package, or Solemn Brigade. I feel like we don't use life points in any other way apart from Dynamite Guy, so I guess we can use the resource of life points. The extra deck is simple in a way. We are playing 2 Dystopia, 2 Destroyer or Deadly Guy, 2 Dark Claw. 1 Dark Claw isn't enough, because if your opponent manages to get over it, you know, the second Dark Claw will always come in hand. So 2 Dark Claw. Dystopia, he's here mostly for fun, but I feel like he does have some potential. Although he requires a Destiny Hero fusion monster and another Destiny Hero, he does have some benefits, like you can fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field. But this is only possible if you have your Deco Talker out on the field. That is, if you're playing in Rule 4, that is the one with links. If you're playing Rule 3, you'll be able to do this much more consistently. And in fact, should be the Destiny Hero monster you want to go first. But again, we are playing 2 of each fusion, because if you do use one of the fusions to make him, and then you can fusion again, that you're already using 3 fusions, 3 different fusion monsters. So, Deadly Guy is pretty good. You know, you can discard 1 card and then send a hero monster from deck to the grave. And then all Destiny Hero monsters you control gain 200 attack for each Destiny Hero in your graveyard until the end of this turn. So that's pretty good. if you have a couple of Destiny heroes in the grave, it can be pretty helpful. XCs, we are playing Baguska, number 41. He's like a form of disruption. It's pretty good. And Castel, again, you can change some stuff out if you want. Deco Talker, Mrs. Radiant, you know, Gofu Engine, and that pretty much wraps up the deck. I will very shortly after this upload the replays of the deck, so stay tuned for that. But if you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like and even subscribe. But until then, I'll see you next time.